somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between. It was summertime in northern Michigan.
It was a group of volunteers that wanted to prevent a landfill from forming in the county, and they also wanted to create a recycling center where people could bring their recycling at the same time. There was a real big group of people that were opposed to building a landfill in London. The same group helped to create recycling Livingston. We take all different types of paper, cardboard. We take all colors of glass bottles and jars. Nobody I know of takes window glass because we don't have someone that recycles that. That heats at a higher temperature and it's a different process.
Yeah.
And we take all different types of metals. We take electronics. We take shoes. We don't take clothing, but clothing and bins are all over the place. Let's see what else we take. I think if I'm missing anything. Newspapers, mixed paper, cardboard. Number 1 through 7 plastics, that's a big one. There's still some recycling centers that just take 1s and 2s. And we've taken 1 through 7 for a long time. When we first started taking it, everybody was really excited because we were one of the first ones in the area to take them. We don't do composting, we don't do wood. That's Recycling and Arbor does that. We do tires. But we do a lot for small place. We take a wide variety. That's 250 tons. That's how much volume we keep out of the landfill every year. So that's a significant amount of material. You know, when you think a ton is about one of those big, about 4 of those big boxes out there is about a ton. So when you think of 200 times that by 250, that would probably cover this whole block. You know, and that's land that animals can occupy. You know, that protects your groundwater. That's a big area that we keep out of the landfill. And that'd probably all be scattered alongside the road. A lot of it would be if we weren't here, especially electronics. People don't want to pay to get rid of that. We do that for free from our membership. Only a $3 gate fee for non-members. And if someone wants to volunteer, they can do it for free. They can come in the first time for free. So there's no reason that this has to end up alongside the road.
Yeah.
I would increase recycling, try to increase the recycling rate. Michigan is one of the lowest states for recycling in the United States. We need to try to recycle everything we can within reason and then bring that recycling way up. And then we need to start mining the landfills and getting the stuff out of there to make room for more material. And we need to keep the most toxic items out of the landfill. I don't know how they're going to do that. Sometimes they can incinerate it, but then they have to be careful with the air pollution. They have to compartmentalize it, not create it in the first place. But there's too many toxins, especially from Canada going into our landfills. That's a very serious problem. You probably heard about that in the newspapers, so everybody's heard about it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to stop it unless you have legislative power of some type. The city of Howell has curbside recycling. They started out, they give us this, they let us use this property for free, and they do all the landscaping and snow removal, which costs a lot of money, and they give us free trash service. And then since they have the curbside, they figure it's more of a county-wide responsibility. And then the county figures, that every township has its own jurisdiction, so they kind of want to, they don't feel it's their responsibility either. It would be nice for us to get some help. We don't want to create a lot of problems with municipalities, but it would be good for us to get help from somewhere like that. we get some donations from private people. I think probably 7,000 a year, something like that. You know, it varies. We have a private family that listens to the Anonymous that gives us up to about 5,000 a year from Birmingham. And then we get a couple thousand a year at the year-end donations from the members. And then throughout the year we get $100. It's a couple $100 a month from different people. Ideally, it'd probably be good to have a big one like Recycling Arbor for the whole county, that same model, and then everybody would go there. The problem, of course, is money. You know, that was something that was developed over a long period of time with a lot of support, and that's a multi-million-dollar operation.
Yeah.
So it's not just going to happen overnight. It would be more beneficial, of course, to have something than this one. But I think the nonprofit model is good. They're still nonprofit in a lot of ways. It takes a lot of makes it more honest, I think, to have a nonprofit.
Yeah.
The wages aren't going to be as high. It's going to be more cost effective for the community to have it as a nonprofit. Plus, you have more freedom. You can involve more volunteers in it. You don't have to pay as many taxes for a nonprofit. You don't have to pay. We have to pay our sales tax. If we sell anything, then we have to pay our payroll taxes. But let's see. I don't understand taxes, but we don't have to pay like a small business tax, for instance. They have to pay.
It was 1989, my thoughts were short, my